Sentient beings, habitual delusions, continue the various states of being. By cutting off these tendencies and states, they attain peace and dispassion. Various tainted states do not arise anymore. All this and the seeds of those habits enlightening beings know. The afflictions of the enlightened are all extinguished. Their light of great knowledge illumines the world. Though enlightening beings have not yet attained Buddha's 10 powers, yet they do not have doubt. Enlightening beings in a single pore manifest the infinite lands of the 10 directions. Some are defiled, some are pure, made by various deeds, all do they comprehend. In a single atom, infinite lands with infinite Buddhas and their offspring. The lands are each distinct, not mixed up. As of one, all they clearly see. In one pore they see all the worlds, in the space of the 10 directions. There is not a single place where there is no Buddha. Thus are the Buddha lands all pure. In a pore they see Buddha lands and also see sentient beings. The 3 times and 6 dispositions are not the same. Day and night, month and hour, bondage and freedom. Thus do enlightening beings of great knowledge single-mindedly head for the sovereignty of truth. Meditating on the abode of the enlightened, they obtain boundless great joy. Enlightening beings multiply their bodies into countless billions to make offerings to all the enlightened ones. The manifestations of their spiritual powers are supreme, incomparable. They can abide in all the spheres of action of the Buddhas. They praise and look up to all the countless Buddhas, and deeply savor the treasuries of all their teachings. Seeing the Buddhas, hearing their teachings, they diligently practice them. Their hearts are joyful as if they were drinking ambrosial elixir of immortality. Having attained the supreme concentration of the enlightened, they delve into all truths and their knowledge grows. Their faith is unshakable as a great mountain. Being a treasury of virtues for all living beings, their compassion is great, extending to all living creatures. All they hope will soon develop universal knowledge. Yet they are always without attachment or dependence. Shedding afflictions, they've attained freedom. Vast in knowledge, with pity for sentient beings, they embrace all as the same as themselves. With awareness of emptiness, signlessness, and unreality, yet they act, their minds unflagging. The virtues of enlightening beings' determination for enlightenment could not be exhaustively told even in 1 billion eons, because it produces all the enlightened ones and the bliss of the self-enlightened and Buddha's disciples. To give peace for countless eons to all the beings of the lands of the 10 directions, urging them to keep the 5 precepts and 10 virtues, the 4 meditations, and also giving them bliss for many eons, causing them to cut off delusions and become saints, amasses virtue which may be immeasurable, but cannot compare to the virtue of the will for enlightenment. Also, to cause millions to achieve individual awakening and attain the subtle path of non-contentious action does not amount to anything much at all, compared to the determination for enlightenment. If one could pass billions of lands in an instant, and did so for immeasurable eons, the number of these lands might be assessed, but the virtues of the will for enlightenment cannot be known. The number of eons, past, future, and present, is boundless, yet still might be known. But the virtue of rousing the mind to enlightenment cannot be measured by anyone. This is because the determination for enlightenment extends everywhere. Knowing all discernments that exist, comprehending past, present, and future in an instant, benefiting innumerable sentient beings. The desires, understandings, means, and mental patterns of the sentient beings of the worlds of the 10 directions, as well as the bounds of space, might be measured, but the virtues of the aspirations for enlightenment cannot be assessed. Enlightening beings' aspiration is equal to the 10 directions. Their kindness universally nourishes all living beings, causing all to cultivate the virtues of Buddhahood. That's why their power has no bounds. Sentient beings' desires, understandings, inclinations, faculties, devices, and practices are all different. Enlightening beings know them all instantly, same as the mind of omniscience. The deluded actions of living beings continue through time without interruption, yet their bounds still might be known. But the virtues of the will for enlightenment are inconceivable. Will for enlightenment can divorce afflictions of action and provide offerings to all the enlightened. Once habitual delusions are divorced, their continuity is broken, and liberation is attained for all time. If one gives offerings to boundless Buddhas in an instant, and also gives to countless sentient beings fragrant flowers and garlands, precious banners, canopies, and raiment, fine food, excellent seats, and places to walk around, various palaces, all finely adorned, luminous, wonderful pearls, wish-fulfilling jewels, radiating light, and bring such offerings, moment after moment, over countless eons, beyond the power of speech, though such a person's accumulation of merit would be great, it does not equal the magnitude of the virtue of aspiring to enlightenment. None of the various examples told can match the determination for enlightenment, because the most honorable people of all times have all been born from this aspiration. The will for enlightenment is unhindered, unlimited. No measure can be found for it. Vowing to fulfill omniscience, to forever deliver all beings, that aspiration is vast as space, producing virtues equal to the cosmos, their share of action extending everywhere as though there were no difference, forever leaving all attachments, equal to the Buddhas, entering all gates of truth, able to travel to all lands, arriving at all spheres of knowledge, perfecting all virtues, able to relinquish everything, always consistent, purifying behavior, free from attachment, fulfilling unsurpassed virtues, always persevering without regression, entering deep concentration, always meditating, untying with vast great knowledge and wisdom. This is the supreme stage of enlightening beings, producing the path of all the universally good. All the enlightened ones of past, present, and future protect the initial aspiration, adorning it with spiritual powers and mystic transfiguration, with concentration and spells. The living beings of the 10 directions are infinite, as are all the worlds and space, but the infinity of the enlightenment aspiration surpasses these. Hence, it can give birth to all Buddhas.